When The Dark Knight first released in 2008, everybody loved it. But then about 6 months later, a handful of critics and enthusiasts started calling the movie overrated. They said the Two-Face subplot was weak, therefore leading up to an underdeveloped and weak finale to the picture. They even went far enough to claim that Christopher Nolan himself expressed his dissatisfaction in underdeveloping the Two-Face subplot, therefore making the last half hour weak. There's no record of Christopher Nolan ever saying that. I can say that the Two-Face subplot enhances the conflict. Aaron Eckhart's performance as Two-Face clearly enhances the conflict further beyond what Heath Ledger's Joker already brought to the picture. I think Aaron Eckhart could have gotten even more award consideration for his performance, but with Heath Ledger getting all the attention, that was pretty much impossible. On the other hand, the next claim that the overrated claimants make is that the movie depends too heavily on Heath Ledger's Joker. Great movies are supposed to depend on different elements of the story that make it great. The Dark Knight depends on Heath Ledger's performance as Joker. It depends on Christian Bale's performance as Bruce Wayne Batman. It depends on Aaron Eckhart's performance, Maggie Gyllenhaal's performance, Michael Caine's performance, Morgan Freeman's performance, Gary Oldman's performance, the actors playing the criminals, the actors playing the citizens, the cinematography, the costumes, the direction, the writing. All these elements work together to make The Dark Knight the great masterpiece that it is. So then the overrated claimants say, take the Joker out of the picture and it's not a good movie anymore. Okay, you've just proven that you can't find a reason why this movie is overrated. You couldn't find a reason, so now you're telling us to imagine in our heads a different movie than the movie that was presented to us. You can't criticize a movie by pretending it's a different movie. It's like saying take Godzilla out of Godzilla and now you don't have a Godzilla movie to start with. See how senseless that is? If everybody loves the movie and you don't, have legitimate reasons why you don't love the movie. On just the sole basis that everybody loves it, therefore you shouldn't, is a terrible mindset, and it's no way to live. I know most of you watching already agree that this is a cinematic masterpiece, but for the few of you who think the movie is overrated, this movie really has everything you're looking for in an action cinema masterpiece, yet you call it overrated. If this was a limited marketing box office flop that only got popular through word of mouth, then the people calling it overrated today would be calling it underrated. You know, I briefly thought the movie might not do well with age, but it's been nearly 20 years and not even that's the case. The movie still holds up greatly with age, and I can say that to those of you who still think the movie's overrated, just watch it, and just embrace all the elements of the picture that work together to make it a great cinema masterpiece. Here's one final analogy. If everybody went to church, if everybody invested their time in God's Word, read the Bible daily, repented daily, asked for forgiveness daily, and learned to be healed by God and go share God's Word everywhere they went, therefore you didn't, that would be more than a life-threatening decision.